So the overall theme behind my channel is just helping men feel better about themselves, have a happier life in general. Here's a problem that I keep running into with most of my videos. There seems to be a huge swath of like the angry incel black pill guys that are coming around my videos. And I appreciate them being here too, but let me explain something to you guys. If you call yourself black pill, MGTOW, done with dating, you would have a certain level of indifference. You know what I'm saying? If you're somebody that wants no part of dating, you aren't going to get mad at other men that do want to date. Perfect example is myself. I understand very clearly how dangerous it is, and statistically how bad of an idea it is to get married. But if I meet a man who has a woman that, to his best ability, has showed him that she is worthy of marriage, I'm not going to flip out on him after I give him my opinion and he decides to do it anyway. Good marriages can work. They've worked in the past. I'm not saying you can't do it. It just doesn't look good. But I'm relatively indifferent with that. Does that mean I'm going to go out and get married? Probably not. At this point in my life, I don't see any good reason to get married, but it's possible. Maybe something magical will happen. It's possible. Indifference is something a lot of you guys are really missing, and it makes you look bad when you leave crazy comments or say crazy shit. Even the black pill stuff. I love women. I love sex. I'm not somebody that's going to sit here and throw a tantrum and pout. I hate women. It's not normal to hate women, dude. It's not normal to not want women. Do you understand that? Now again, I'm not bashing you if you don't. What I'm saying is, be real. If you are black pill, MGTOW, don't get mad at people that aren't. Does that make sense? I'm not mad at you for being like a black pill guy, but don't come on my videos or other people's videos throwing your tantrums. Save that for your bedroom, bro. I would much rather call out the bad behavior and character flaws in specific women or women that you might see, other than just be lazy and make doom and gloom content that gets way more views, by the way. If I wanted to be a fraud, like most people on YouTube, I would make the same video over and over again like most people do. I would make the same video with a different title over and over about how dating's cooked, marriage is cooked, female nature, all women are this, all women are that. Because that's all most of the sad guys on here want to see. And I'm not shaming you for being a sad guy. Dating is brutal today, worse than ever before. But I will also stand on business and say this. A lot of you guys have been misinformed by horrible channels that are way bigger than they should be. I'll tell you that right now. Even people that you guys respect massively. Not going to name any names because I'm not interested in defacing anybody who's grinding on YouTube. If you got a channel, big or small, I'm not interested in taking food out of your mouth. Do your thing. But there's a lot of big channels that I've talked to you guys about in private that try to harp on the female nature stuff. Let me explain something to you guys that I've said 1,000 times. When you say stupid lines like, your grandma was a 3042 getting ran through just like the women today, that's a lazy statement. To say that just because someone's capable of something means it's happening in mass at all times is it's just dumb. You look really stupid saying that. And a lot of these big channels look very stupid saying that. The problem that we face today is not female nature so much as it is culture. I've said this 1,000 times. Yes, there was 304s in the high schools in 1955. That's something all women or men or whatever are capable of. That doesn't mean it was on the scale that it is today. It wasn't. It was not. You can argue with me all you want. It was not at the level that it's at today. That's a cultural issue. Just like in the 1950s, 60s, 70s, or 80s, crappier neighborhoods had higher rates of this stuff because the culture there is garbage. The lack of morality. The biggest problem men are facing today in the dating market is that now, in the West especially, we embrace garbage culture, over-sexualized culture, feminism, and all this bullshit that is normalizing and championing women for doing things that they should be ashamed of. We don't have shame anymore. That's why you guys get mad when I say this. I'm never going to sit here and say, there's no good women. They're all the same. You sound like a little crybaby when you say that, bro. You look like a bitch when you say that. Do you not understand that? I want to call out bad behavior as much as any of you. But you look like a little bitch when you just throw tantrums like that. Because if you really felt that way, you'd be indifferent. You wouldn't get mad when other people don't agree. If I meet a guy that says he's black pill and doesn't want to date, I say, hey, bro, as long as you're happy, that's all that matters. I just want to see men be happier. Men are struggling. I want to remind men to look out for red flags. Be very careful when you are dating. You're going to go through a lot of bad ones to meet a potential good one. Maybe you never meet a good one. Maybe there isn't enough good ones left. But if that's how you really feel, you wouldn't get so emotional about people that don't agree with you. You'd be indifferent. I'm indifferent to people that don't agree with me on this stuff. If they say, I'm black pill, I don't ever want to date. Cool. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters to me. I love women. I love a nice ass. I love a nice rack. Sorry if that's vulgar to some of you guys. That's what it is, man. I love seeing a hot chick. I still have testosterone in my body. I don't know what to tell you, man. Now, maybe I haven't had as bad of experiences as some of you guys have. But, I'm no Giga Chad myself. So it's not fair to just say, oh, you don't understand. You guys have to, I'm going to preach this forever. You have to have hope in life. You have to. This might trigger a lot of you guys, but you have to have hope in life in every element of it. Even if if it looks slim, you got to have hope for yourself. Same thing with dating, dude. We need to pay more attention to calling out the acceptance of bad behavior. The shame needs to come back for bad behavior. And you guys need to understand something. Stop listening to these people that say, oh, these women have always been... No, they haven't. They have not been like this. Those guys are wrong. Yes, the 304s always existed. It wasn't the level that we have today. It wasn't. It wasn't 8 out of 10 girls sleeping with 50 men by the time they're 21 years old. That was not the norm like it is today. We are at a level today that is miles ahead of what it used to be. Women don't value relationships on average like they used to. They don't value sex like they used to. To just say that every man that's ever been married is a simp loser. Dude, you look stupid saying that. You don't you realize how cringy you look to people? That looks cringy, man. That looks so stupid. If you say that a guy that's married holding the door for his wife when they get out of the car is a simp, what are you on, dude? That's a married man. That's his wife. That's a woman that he has found worthy of marriage. Whether you agree with that or not, that's by definition not a simp. That's his wife. If you find someone that you deem worth marrying, I hope she's worth holding the door for, being a traditional gentleman. Do you guys not understand what I'm saying? You can't just be like an angry incel or an angry black pill guy, because if you are that guy, you're supposed to be indifferent. To say I'm black pill and I don't care, like, if you're happy, that's awesome, but you guys aren't happy. You guys are just saying that to cope. And again, I want to see you guys happy. I'm not interested in going back and forth with the black pill incel guys that get angry with my videos. I'm not really interested in that because it does nothing for me and it really does nothing for you guys either. I want to see you guys happy, and you're not happy. If you are somebody that's indifferent and you are happy, awesome. Do your thing, man. But don't get mad at people because they're not black pill doom and gloom guys. That's not normal. I'm not that. I get worked up and call out women all the time, but I'm not interested in just pouting like a baby. If I really felt all women are terrible, I wouldn't give a shit to make these videos at all. Do you get what I'm saying? Does that make sense? The opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. You guys that get super worked up and say you're MGTOW black pill, you're not. You're just super frustrated, and I get it, man. It's tough. So either A, deal with the problems, try to fix them, or B, truly be black pill and MGTOW and be indifferent. Who gives a shit what other people say? If you want to really go your own way and, you know, swear off dating and women, yeah, if you're happy, cool, but you guys aren't happy doing it. Hopefully that made sense, man.